For years, this was my life. Waking up before the sun, my husband and I putting on our helmets and riding through the streets of Malaysia toward the Singapore border. I was a cross-border worker, living in Malaysia but working in Singapore. The journey wasn't easy. Sometimes, the roads were quiet and the sunrise felt like a reward. Other days, traffic jams stretched endlessly, and unexpected rain would soak us before we even reach work. By the time I arrived at the office, my body was already exhausted, but the day was just beginning. I worked as a senior customer service officer in Singapore. My job wasn't bad. I had a stable income and I worked with amazing colleagues. In many ways, I was grateful. Singapore had given me a second home and years of opportunities. But after doing the same thing for so long, a question started creeping into my mind. Is this all there is? The daily travel only added to the burden. What started as a routine slowly became exhausting. The days when I'd leave home before sunrise and return after dark, it all wore me down. And deep inside, I started longing for something more. Then, the pandemic happened, and for the first time in years, everything stopped. Borders closed. I was stuck in Malaysia for 4 months. At first, it was unsettling, but then I realized something. For the first time, I had time. I had space. Space to think, space to breathe. One day, I picked up my iPad and started drawing, just for fun, just to pass the time. But something inside me awakened. Drawing felt natural, freeing. I've always loved drawing since I was a kid. I would join contests and even win. But as life happened, that passion slowly took a backseat. School, work, responsibilities, they all took priority. And before I knew it, years had passed without me picking up a pencil just for fun. I started posting my work online, experimenting with new styles, just grading for the joy of it. It made me wonder, what if I could do this full time? I'm almost 40. Deciding to change careers was terrifying. I wasn't in my 20s anymore, where mistakes felt like part of the journey. This was different. The stability I had built over the years, the steady income, the routine, the familiarity, was about to be replaced by uncertainty. I kept asking myself, am I too old for this? What if I fail? But then another thought would creep in. What if I never try? The fear was real. When things returned to normal, even after that realization, I couldn't just quit. I spent the next 2 years debating, should I leave my stable job? Should I really take this risk? I kept telling myself, maybe next year, maybe when I'm ready, but truthfully, I was afraid. But as time passed, the exhaustion never left, and the more I drew, the more I knew I couldn't keep living this way. I didn't want to wake up 10 years from now regretting that I never tried. In September 2023, with a mix of fear and determination, and the unwavering support of my husband, I made a difficult decision to leave my job of 12 years at 41. Not because I hated it, but because I wanted to give myself a chance to chase something I truly love. As a farewell gift, my colleagues gave me a ring light because they knew I wanted to be a content creator. It was a simple gesture, but it meant everything. It was their way of saying, we believe in you. The first few months after quitting felt like a blur. I immersed myself not just in drawing but learning, figuring out how to price my work, market my art, and turn my passion into something sustainable. Some days, I felt unstoppable. Other days, doubts crept in. I wanted to turn my drawings into stickers, so I set out to learn everything about making them. Bit by bit, I gathered the equipment I needed, slowly building the tools to bring my ideas to life. I started turning the TV room into my mini office, decorating the walls with my artwork. I was so excited to print my designs that I completely forgot I needed to save ink. Before I knew it, my walls were completely covered with my art prints, turning the space into a little gallery of my own creations. Honestly, watching young YouTubers succeed in the sticker business makes me feel like I'm late to the game. I won't lie, I've started to doubt my decision. But at the same time, I remind myself that everyone's journey is different. Success isn't just about starting early, it's about persistence, creativity, and finding your own path. Maybe I'm not late, maybe I'm just on my own timeline. For 7 months, I poured everything into building my small business. I allowed myself to enjoy the process, to experiment, to make mistakes, to grow at my own pace. At the same time, I started a YouTube channel to document my journey and share it with the world. I've always loved making videos, so starting a YouTube channel was another goal accomplished on my list. In between, I gave myself space to breathe. I took short trips, let myself rest, let my creativity recharge. Because this time, I wasn't just working, I was building a life that felt fulfilling. I launched my Shopee store in April 2024 and my Etsy shop in November. Sales were slow at first, but that was okay. I was learning, growing, and most importantly, I was doing something I love. Every sale is a reminder that someone out there connects with my art and finds joy in what I create. Now, 18 months later, my life is completely different. I don't battle traffic anymore. I wake up to quiet mornings, to home cooked meals, to a husband who comes home to dinner instead of an exhausted version of me. I still see the sun after work, but now I get to enjoy it. I get to paint under its light. I get to breathe in the beauty I once rushed past. But I won't lie, this journey isn't easy. Running a small business is unpredictable. Some months are good, some are slow, and I know I still need to find extra income to make this fully sustainable. But despite the challenges, I wouldn't trade this for the life I've left behind. If you're watching this and feeling stuck, unsure about making a change because you think it's too late, I just want to remind you that growth is always possible. Change doesn't have to be drastic or happen overnight, and it doesn't mean you have to leave everything behind. But if there's something you love, something that excites you, don't let it fade away. Nurture it, even in small ways. Life isn't about rushing toward a big goal. It's about enjoying the little moments along the way. I hope this video brings you some inspiration or even just a moment to reflect. Whether you are in your journey, I hope you continue to find joy in the things that light you up and know that you are not alone. Thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed the video. See you on the next one. Bye!